I have a sugar rush like crazy. I need water. Happy holidays, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm tasting fresh made cookies that I bought online. The internet sells cookies. I know nowadays it's actually not that weird to buy food on the internet. People actually purchase groceries and food online all the time. But what I found to be especially interesting is that you could go on the internet and you can type in cookies and you can have people homemade cookies in their own kitchen and then ship it to you to your home. And not all of these are companies or small businesses that make cookies for a living. These are just regular people cooking cookies at home. If you're one of those people who likes to bring cookies to a house when you go for the holidays or for Christmas, but you personally don't have time to bake, or maybe you just don't have the skills and all of your cookies come out gross, this could be an incredible hack for you. Because someone else across the country loves cooking and is whipping them up in their kitchen and then selling them on Etsy. I decided to vet 7 of these sellers, eat their cookies for you, tell you how good they are, and then you can decide if you want to purchase on your own. I'm ranking today's cookies in 4 categories. Number 1, packaging. How well are they presented to me in the mail? Number 2, presentation. How good do the cookies actually look? Number 3, taste. Are my taste buds happy or sad? And number 4, overall wow factor. If there's something really special about a cookie in this category, they're gonna get some major extra points. At the end, I'm gonna tally up the totals and then I will let you know which of these 7 is my all-time favorite pick. All right, so I have a giant glass of milk with me. This is my favorite almond milk that I'm going to sip throughout the course of the cookie tasting just to cleanse the palate. And let's get started with cookie number 1. It's not my favorite almond milk. Cookies are here. Our first cookie today are these iced oatmeal cookies by Caked by Nika. I hope I'm pronouncing Nika correctly. If not, I'm sorry, Nika. These cookies cost $34.95 for 2 dozen cookies. So this right here is your price per cookie. But Nika's cookies come in this incredible cardboard box. It's a very nice presentation. She has a stamp on the top that says her logo, and then towards the bottom we have a little sticker that says the type of cookies they are, as well as all of the ingredients inside. Once you open the cardboard box, the cookies are seated on a cardboard sheet and they are plastic wrapped nice and tight to preserve freshness. So I'm going to cut open the plastic here. And the first thing I can tell you is it smells great in here. Looking at the photo on Etsy, it actually looks a little bit different than the Etsy photo. That being said, it smells better than the photo smells, so I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, flavor is exploding in my mouth. Wow, okay. The cookie is soft and moist. The icing has like a little tiny bit of crunch that you want icing to have, but it also melts in your mouth. And it's so soft and so festive. For packaging, I'm giving these a 10. These cookies came in a really nice cardboard packaging. They actually had some Christmas colored string wrapped around them. The presentation was great. And besides that one sheet of plastic wrapped around the cookies, there was minimal plastic used. Number 2, presentation of the cookies. I'm gonna give these iced oatmeal cookies an 8. There's nothing visually wrong with them, and there's really no way to make an iced oatmeal cookie look visually amazing. I mean, it's just white icing on a brown cookie. But in terms of how the actual photo looked online, the cookies weren't exactly the same, so I'm giving it an 8. Taste, 10. These were so good, so filled with flavor, so soft and chewy. I loved everything about these. And I'm giving Caked by Nika an extra 5 bonus points because I loved the little personal touch of the stamp of her business name on top. Overall, this was a really good cookie. Moving on to number 2. Thank you. Cookie number 2. Up next are these delicate, homemade, delicious Spritz butter cookies. I don't know if they're delicious yet, but delicious is in the name. These cookies are by Nana's and Wood's Kitchen, and they cost $29 for 3 dozen cookies, making each cookie a whopping total of this. First thing that I read about these on the online shop page is that these cookies are actually not meant to be something you'd buy from a bakery or from a store. It says right on the shop, these are not bakery style cookies, these are cookies like your grandma made. Looks like we had some scotch tape, taping this up, so I'm gonna open them up. Oh, okay. It's not like they're just wrapped up in bubble wrap, they're at least in a bag of their own, and the first thing I'm seeing is these beautiful looking butter cookies, red and green sprinkles, and I'm gonna be honest, I smell them through the bag and they smell angelic. Opening the bag. I'm gonna go for a red one. Wow, that is my kind of cookie. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Yes. Nana. Oh my goodness. Okay, Nana. Thank you. BRB. That milk needs help. To rank Nana's cookies. Category number 1, packaging. I'm sorry, Nana, your packaging was not up to par with some of the other sellers. That being said, your cookies were great. Packaging, I'm gonna have to give you a 3. And then you did give me this nice bag and this nice tie. So 3. Next category is cookie presentation. Nothing wrong with these cookies, and you know, you got the ridges, you got the red and green mixed. I'm going to give you a 7. Nana, for taste, you got a 10. And I know you said on your page that you are not a bakery and these are not bakery style cookies, but perhaps you should reconsider your career path and start a bakery because you would be successful. And for the final wow factor for this cookie, I think I'm going to add 7 bonus points to Nana because of how delicious these cookies were. Moving on to cookie number 3. Love the packaging. All right, these cookies are from Whimsy and Spice. They are candy cane chocolate crunch cookies, and they actually are coming in this box that looks like I bought them off the shelf in the store. There's a lot of nice details on this box too. I mean, it looks like some graphic design went into this, and we've got nutrition facts. So this is really professional. These cookies were $9.50 for this dozen, which makes the cost per cookie this. All right, one thing I have to say off the bat, these cookies are flaky. They're very crumbly and they're kind of coming off everywhere, but just from looking at them, they're quite airy and light. So I love that about them already. This is a very interesting cookie. It feels like a complete hybrid between a chocolate chip cookie and a candy cane, which I think is what she was going for. I'm personally the type of person who likes soft cookies, but this crunch is good for me as well. In terms of packaging of this cookie, I've just got to give Whimsy and Spice a 10. This is some professional packaging we're seeing here. I mean, I would absolutely find this box on the shelf in any grocery store or any food store. In terms of presentation of the cookie, I'm going to give this a 5, but I do want to caveat that by saying it's not because there's anything wrong with this cookie. Similar to the butter cookie, there's just not much here by way of decoration. Taste. I'm gonna give this an 8. I think that the peppermint taste really came through. I love the bites of chocolate mixed with the peppermint, so I'm gonna give you an extra 3 points because you truly went above and beyond with this packaging, and this makes your product appear very professional. All right. Moving on to cookie number 4. I didn't actually throw the cookies, it was just the box. Well, 2 boxes. Up next are Chris's Creative Cookies. I think this is the big kicker in terms of price. This holly platter has 4 dozen cookies, so 48 cookies, and costs a whopping total of $80, which brings our price per cookie to this. Based on the photo here, it looks like there is an actual way you're supposed to display these cookies. Inside of each box, we've got a Chris's Creative Cookies card. This card has some details about the cookie. We've got Chris's logo. We've got some info about it, including ingredients and allergen facts. In this first box, we've got the holly leaves. So I have these little bundles of plastic wrap, and within each bundle, there's 4 cookies back to back. If I unwrap the plastic wrap, you can see that the actual holly leaves are then wrapped again in plastic. And then in this next box over here, those same plastic wrapped containers with the holly berries. And I found it right here is our bow. Ooh, okay. Whoa, what? First of all, they smell great. They smell really, really sweet, which is great. The second thing I have to say is that the front is this beautiful iced front, but the back is where the sugar cookie element is, and it's actually soft to the touch. Smells like sugar. All right, here we go. Jeez Louise. That's a holiday cookie. Wow. Okay, whoa. Chris, I think you're onto something here. Number 1, packaging. Although this was very functionally packaged to protect and prevent from damaging, I'm gonna give you a 6 just because of the amount of plastic that was used, and I personally am trying to reduce my impact, so when I opened this package, there was a lot of plastic. In terms of cookie presentation, you got a 10. This is not only a really well decorated cookie with amazing colors and some nice piping details with the icing, but you've given me multiple pieces in order to arrange a platter. Number 3, taste. For taste, I'm gonna give you an 8. These were really, really good sugar cookies, but there's really nothing too complex taste-wise here. I also prefer when cookies are maybe not quite as sweet, and with the icing added on it and the cookie itself, this is a very sweet cookie. So if you are a sweet buff, get Chris's cookies. And for the wow factor, I'm gonna give you an additional 5 points. And that is for all the attention to detail that goes into the actual icing, the different shapes, the different colors, as well as that platter arrangement. Moving on to cookie number 5. Thank you. Ooh, a tin. Comment below if you like that. These are homemade glazed sugar cookies with sprinkles in the shape of Christmas trees, and they are made by the Cookie Queen 76. These cookies cost $38.99 for 2 dozen, bringing the cost per cookie to this. What a great way to package your cookies, and now you're also giving the gift of a tin. The tin comes wrapped in this green ribbon, and then as soon as you open it, I'm struck by the fact that this packaging has no plastic inside, so it's just wax or parchment paper being used to separate the cookies. One thing I love is the color of this green icing. It's not really, really dark green. It's like almost a pastel mint colored green. All right, I'm gonna give this a taste. I'll go with green. Definitely soft and chewy. Whoa. Fresh and really not artificially sweet tasting at all. I actually feel like these are some of the least super sweet sugar cookies I've ever tasted. Ew. The first thing I'm noticing about these cookies is that they're actually not wrapped in plastic at all, and they are entirely fresh and soft. They didn't go stale, they didn't go hard, so as it appears, plastic is not needed to preserve freshness. In terms of packaging, I'm gonna give this girl a 10. I love the cookie tin. I love how creative it is and how festive it is. The moment you get these, you feel like you're getting a gift, and there's absolutely no plastic used here at all. In terms of cookie presentation, I'm gonna give it an 8. I love the Christmas shaped cutouts, and I love the icing colors. I do have to just say that I think the sprinkles were maybe put on a little bit too soon, so the colors did bleed a little bit. But all that being said, as soon as the person bites into this cookie, none of that is gonna matter. So in terms of cookie taste, I'm giving these a 9. There's really not a lot of flavor profile elements that go into a sugar cookie, but this is kind of the perfect one in terms of sweetness and texture and overall crunch that you get from the sprinkles. I love the taste of this one. Wow factor, I'm going to give the Cookie Queen an additional 3 points for this tin. Not only do I love that it's a tin and that it comes with this extra added bonus, but I also just love that the tin has a Christmas tree on it, so it sort of mimics what you're gonna see with the cookies inside. Now we're on to our second to last cookie, cookie number 6. Ooh, these smell good. We're back with another Caked by Nika selection, and I just had to pick 2 from this person because the seller really makes great options. Once again, we have this cardboard packaging with this candy cane colored ribbon, and then also it's the exact same as the iced oatmeal cookies from before with the Caked by Nika stamp on the top, and when you open them up, we've got another sheet of cardboard with the cookies on top, plastic wrapped. Smells great. These cookies cost $39.95 for 2 dozen, bringing the cost per cookie to this. And immediately I'm just getting a whiff of Christmas, the holidays, chocolate, hot chocolate, peppermint hot chocolate. You know what I'm saying? These cookies visually look exactly like they do in the photo. I mean, they're half chocolate, half coated with icing, and then there's crushed candy cane on top of the icing side. All right. This cookie smells so good and so rich, and I'm gonna have to take a bite that has half and half chocolate and peppermint. Whoa, 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 whoa. I think that what I'm tasting is like, the cookie is so chocolatey that I think it's almost like bitter chocolatey. Oh! I discovered what it is. In the ingredient list, there's instant coffee, but it hit me right away when I tasted it. Interesting. There's just a lot of flavors going on at once. Overall, it's a really good blend, and it's a really flavor-packed cookie. I'm gonna give the packaging a 10 because it's the same as the previous Caked by Nika packaging, the cardboard box with her specific logo stamped on top, an ingredient sticker, and also the cardboard tray of cookies. And I also love how there's this clear part so you can see through. In terms of cookie presentation, I'm gonna give these a 9. I think it's really, really innovative what she's done here. I mean, this half black and white cookie dipped in white chocolate with the peppermint crumbled on top. Everything about this cookie is just visually appealing. Taste-wise, I'm going to give this cookie an 8. Maybe too many flavors going on for my taste buds here, and the bitterness of the chocolate and the coffee mixed with the white chocolate sweetness, there was a lot going on here for me. So for someone who loves flavor, this is a great option for you. And for the wow factor, I'm going to give her an additional 4 points for that really interesting addition of instant coffee. I feel like not many people would think to put coffee in a standard chocolate cookie. All right, time for our final cookie. Cookie number 7. We've got a surprise. Cookie number 7 is maybe not your standard holiday cookie, but I've added it to this roundup because, dun, 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 it's pizza. And what does a pizza look like? A Christmas tree. So if you're one of those people who's like, I'm trying to bring holiday cookies, but I, want it to look like a Christmas tree, but I also want it to look like pizza, okay. It's a Christmas tree. Now it's pizza. Now it's a Christmas tree. Now it's pizza. Now it's a tree. Now it's pizza. This cookie is from Hudson Sweets. It is called the Pizza Slice Sugar Cookie, and it costs $21 for 6 cookies, bringing our total cookie cost to this amount. This is the most expensive of all of our cookies, and I'm gonna tell you, I can see why. There's a lot of handiwork that has gone into making this cookie look as good as it does. And now I'm gonna open it up and give it a whiff. Come to me, little pizza. TBH, I'm not getting much by way of smell. A lot of the other cookies that I unwrapped were just like smell in your face, and this is definitely not like that, but looks amazing. Really, really sweet. This does not taste like your grandma's cookie. It's very, very sweet. In terms of packaging, these cookies basically just came to me in bubble wrap, and then each individual cookie is wrapped in plastic again. There was no box, no container, so unlike some of the others, the packaging is on the weaker side. I'm going to have to give it a 2. A little underwhelming, but if we move on to presentation of the cookie, you got a 10. This cookie is so unique, it's so beautiful, it is so well decorated, it is so intricate, and I am loving that there's olives, I'm loving that there's cheese, I'm loving that there's tomatoes, and the crust, the whole thing, 10. In terms of taste, I'm going to have to give these cookies a 4. I would say this just tastes more like you're eating plain sugar than anything else. And I've just got to give you 5 extra bonus points for being pizza. I love this cookie for being a pizza. I love you for making a cookie into a pizza. I love pizza in general, so 5 extra bonus points for pizza. 7 cookies later, I've got a full-on sugar rush. I haven't eaten any real food today, and now we're gonna share the final score. What you're seeing on screen here is the final score for each of the 7 cookies I tasted today, making our final winner, Caked by Nika's Iced Oatmeal Cookies. These were the tastiest cookies of the bunch, and the flavor that I personally enjoyed the most. The smell of this cookie just reminds me of Christmas time. It brings me back to sitting by my Christmas tree, smelling pine in the air, having a fireplace going nearby. And just cinnamon. This is a good cookie. Our runner-up was, oh my god, Caked by Nika's double chocolate peppermint cookies were actually our runner-up. So Caked by Nika, girl, you killing it. And our 3rd place winner is the Cookie Queen with these homemade glazed sugar cookies with sprinkles on top shaped as Christmas trees. Yay! Honestly, I'm really happy with the top 3. I feel like these 3 were the options that came with probably the least amount of plastic packaging, which is a great thing. Their colors are amazing, the tastes are amazing, the texture is amazing. If you are going to a holiday party anytime soon and you just want to bring some good cookies that you don't have to make yourself, consider ordering cookies from the internet. Thank you so much for coming back to my YouTube channel. I hope you really like this video. Also, let me know if you want me to order more food off the internet and taste test it for you. See you next time right here on YouTube, and happy holidays from me to you. Love you, bye.